station. Heed the call, the escalation. This is your radio salvation. Go, 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 go.
Discus Lariat!
The huge suplex!
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to a new edition of Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from Go Live Vegas in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Aaron Phillips, Scott Hosey, Matt Mullen, Jason Piper, we're all in the house. Man, we got a lot of thoughts today, don't we? Gentlemen? I know you do.
Do you?
I don't know.
Hello.
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore.
No, you're not allowed to think anymore.
I know.
You've been turned off.
Jeez. You're not kidding. Jason, how are you over there this morning?
Good.
Yeah, dude. Oh, look at that.
Hey, I'm animated.
He's animated. Very colorful. Very nice.
Who are you supposed to be, Matt?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I don't know. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, that's good. I can't hear you, but try again.
I'm good. How are you guys?
There he is.
That's
Good
like
morning.
That's like going through the drive-thru at McDonald's and asking for the Braille menu, and you're the only one in the car.
702-329-6947 is our number. If you're outside the U.S., 855-502-4321. Of course, we are watching our chat rooms. You can tweet us, hashtag ThoughtsCountAnywhere. Check us out on our website, thoughtscountanywhere.com. And, of course, we are currently streaming not only here on Facebook, but GoLive.Vegas, Go Live Vegas mobile app, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope. What am I missing? Instagram. And
Everywhere.
yeah, pretty much. QR code just popped up on the screen. If you take your phone and scan that QR code, guess where it's going to take you?
ThoughtsCountAnywhere.com.
Where was my QR code?
I don't know. I don't produce. We didn't
See
put
who
it
his
up there.
favorite show is. We're going to take care of that.
Now, when you go to our site, folks, we have a brand new merchandise tab up there. You can get your gear, Thoughts Count Anywhere, shirts, hats. We'd love your suggestions. If there's something that you might want to see in our merchandise with our logo, we would love to take some suggestions and get it up there. So check that out as well. So, is it time? Shall we?
Sure.
First topic. I hear voices. Go ahead, Jason. Take the first one.
Vince McMahon might be making a call to John Cena and Undertaker to perform at WrestleMania.
Not happening.
You don't think so?
No. If he gets The Rock for the whole Roman Reigns Rock,
Right.
he doesn't need Taker and he doesn't need Cena. Cena, has his time, making our commercials for us. He doesn't need any more work.
That's right. No, he's good.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. And then, between us and Hefty, Hefty.
Oh, and don't forget Experian.
Now we just got to. I didn't put it on the run sheet.
Yeah,
I forgot
he
he
just
signed
got
up with
married.
Honda.
Well, don't
Yeah.
forget also, too, he just got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot changing for him.
Yeah.
Married. I mean, he doesn't. Listen, neither one of those guys need to step foot into a ring anymore.
No, not at
And
all.
even if they did, I mean, it's a past your prime kind of match, in my opinion.
Well, the only reason I'd like to see Cena come back is to do what people always talked about doing, is turn him heel.
Yep.
Because,
Yeah, but doing all this other extracurricular stuff, he can't be a heel. Push and
very,
boost
very true.
and stash shows.
Are we going to be WrestleMania in a arena, or are we going to be a stadium, or are we going to be in a performance center still?
Besides, they wouldn't come back unless there's people
In the
there.
stands.
Yeah,
to pay
So,
ticket prices.
Absolutely. All right, next topic. Matt, go ahead, take the next one.
Rumored now that the New Day is broken up, Big E will be getting a new look and a monster push that he's solo on SmackDown.
Awesome.
What kind of changes do you think they'll make? I mean,
His little gimmick, gyrating his
Yeah.
hips, and being
more
the-
straightforward kind of stuff.
I would say he came out as a monster heel.
That's right.
Come back as a monster heel.
Well, not on SmackDown. You got Roman. You don't need another monster heel.
A big man, you do.
think so?
Roman's,
Well, yeah.
big, you know,
Right,
but
right.
I mean, Vince has always been either muscle bound or very big workers. Mark Henry style. Big E, I mean, he's in shape, but I could see him
Yeah.
being a monster heel.
Ryan suggests that Cena should come back as the Doctor of Thugonomics. His first gimmick, which I think would be pretty cool. It was funny to see it in that match in WrestleMania. I thought it was good.
Eh.
You know,
I like when Big E first came to NXT, he pinned everybody for like a 5 count.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And he was
Okay.
like a super monster freaking heel back then, so maybe like a more there's a big
Gray-
heel, so
gray
now we need
area.
like a big baby face to go against
Yeah.
Roman.
Well,
Right.
just between what Big E's done with Dolph Ziggler and AJ Lee, he was the powerhouse. I mean,
Yeah.
Okay, get rid of the face, dude.
Change the look.
Yeah. Serious topics here, not funny topics.
But yeah, I mean, everybody forgets, and it's a great point, is that when he stepped out, he was with AJ and Dolph as the bodyguard,
Yeah.
the power, the enforcer. So it
Big
would be
boss
interesting.
man image could easily fit him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure they'll keep him as a tweener, if nothing else. I don't think they can completely turn him heel because of everything he's done with New Day, but we shall see. Next topic. Vince is hoping for Becky Lynch return in January. She's due to have her baby in December. Hopefully to have a match against Ronda Rousey. Everybody's targeting maybe WrestleMania 37. But again, that's another match that Vince would like to wait until there's people to see it live.
Yeah, I would say that would be a case, but I see another individual from the female genre coming in probably after the first year.
Dun, 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 dun.
And I just so you know, Matt, I love Alexa Bliss's new gimmick.
So
I
do
think
I.
I think that's awesome.
They came out on
I know
Monday.
you're liking it for other reasons too.
I like it for all the reasons.
For all the right and wrong reasons, he likes it. So, all right. So that's it for I Hear Voice. And now we got a lot of draft stuff to talk about. So let's get started. All right. Draft night 2 results. Scott, why don't you take that?
Round 1, Raw got The Fiend, Randy Orton, and Charlotte Flair. SmackDown, Bayley and the Street Profits.
So, other than The Fiend and Charlotte Flair being renamed to Raw, there's no changes there.
Now,
So,
does anybody care about the draft?
no.
Okay.
Because in about 3 months, they're going to start going all over the place again anyway.
Yeah.
Soon as ratings go down a little more.
Yeah. But Fox, obviously, they wanted to load up SmackDown. And
They didn't do that.
No, that's what's surprising. Yeah, you got the Fiend over there. I think him and Roman Reigns. Obviously, the Fiend's eventually once he's done with Randy. And then obviously he's now with Kevin Owens and then Andrade. It's like there's no more rhyme or reason to it.
right. So that'll be interesting to see what happens there. So no major change there. Jason, round 2, please.
Round 2, you got Braun Strowman, Matt Riddle, and Jeff Hardy on Raw, Daniel Bryan and Kevin Owens on SmackDown. But to touch on round 1 there, Aaron, Street Profits, them and the New Day switched
Right.
belts.
Yeah.
Right before they had their matches.
Yep. Well, obviously they had to, and there was talk maybe.
Did they sanitize them and socially
Right,
distance?
Right.
That's right, exactly. There was talk maybe new belts coming out for the teams on each show now.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were going to do, like unveil some new things or something. That it was so anticlimactic when Adam Pearce was like, all right, just
So
Just
they
switch
literally just
titles.
handed the belt over. That was it.
Which now made the Street Profits a
The Fiend.
which now made the Street Profits a Triple Crown tag team because now they've held the NXT, SmackDown, and Raw titles.
I would put an asterisk next to that.
Right.
That's for sure. That's an interesting note, though. That was good. I didn't realize that. Good job on that. That note, Jason. That was great pickup. I didn't know that.
I pay attention every now and then.
He had enough time in a car yesterday driving.
Shut up.
Oh, you made that trip also?
Yes. We had a bear in the back seat.
Will you leave me alone?
All right, Jason.
let me in, not leave me
Matt,
alone.
take 3, please. Round 3.
In round 3, Raw kept Retribution, Keith Lee, and Alexa Bliss moved over to Raw with The Fiend. And SmackDown got Lars Sullivan and King Corbin.
I hear Impact's calling WWE for Retribution for a trade for nothing.
For an 11th round pick.
Yeah. And they're only doing 5.
Well, they can have Lars Sullivan.
Yeah, because there's
only a matter of time before-
because Impact has no crowd, so it won't affect him.
That's right. That's right.
Once they put live people in the audience, Lars Sullivan's done.
That's right.
Pretty much.
By the way, Ryan likes that look on you, Jason, as The Fiend. He
Thank
says,
you.
we need a little red light and throw in a Sister Abigail. So, anyway, so any other thoughts on that round? Very anticlimactic again. Retribution came out, a week or 2 ago saying that they officially signed a contract, blah, blah, blah. Why would you do that if you're trying to disrupt things? There's...
That's the most anticlimactic
Right.
way to debut such a big thing since the invasion.
Yeah.
No. Since here is our 4th horseman. Oh. Bing! A pin drops.
Oh, my goodness gracious. 702-329-6947. Give us your take on the draft round. Day 1, day 2, doesn't matter. Just give us your thoughts on good, bad, or indifferent. All right, next round.
Raw
Scott-
got... sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Raw got Elias, Lacey Evans, and Sheamus. SmackDown kept Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Sami Zayn had an interesting take about where he believes the position of the IC belt is by getting drafted in the 4th round. People now believe, or there's a feeling that the prestige of the Intercontinental belt is not what it once was. And by being drafted so low, he believes that is a result of that. Your thoughts, guys?
I think all the belts have lost their luster, especially when you started the Universal belt
Yep.
and when you had, changing of champions, and then you have, the 24/7 belt that nobody cares about.
Our Truth, though, has made it worth because it's funny.
It's funny,
yeah.
but championships should
Yeah.
be held with some distinction.
Yeah, I agree.
And when you have somebody like Bob Backlund, WWF champion, Nick Bockwinkel, Vern Gagne, the years
Bruno.
Bruno, NWA. You had obviously Flair, Harley, Dusty. Terry Funk, people that held it with prestige, and now it's passed around like yesterday's underwear. Here you go.
Well, look at the first Intercontinental Champion, Pat Patterson.
Yeah.
I mean, he made the belt so pristine and such a prestigious belt.
Yeah.
And the Intercontinental belt held almost the same, if not exactly the same criteria as the
You were
WWF belt.
pretty much the number 1 contender for the WWE or WWF.
Right. Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
when you were Intercontinental
Yeah.
Champion.
Yeah.
It just the belt luster is gone, and it's unfortunate.
They need to get back to one belt for each division
Yeah,
over both shows.
Yeah, I mean, even both shows. I mean, why do you need 2 belts? There is no reason, except right now Fox maybe, but there's no reason the champion can't put in some extra time. Look at the NWA champion. Nick Bockwinkel was offered the NWA championship until he found out how many dates he would have to work. Out of 365, it was close to 325 days a year, which is incredible.
Right.
And so he stayed up in the Minnesota area and stayed the AWA champion. You don't need. I mean, how many times in my years growing up did I watch World Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-South, and and then you had World Class where Flair or Dusty went around with the belt to all the territories
Right.
and put in the time.
Right.
We need to get back to that. And it was held with prestige.
Right.
I mean, if you look at the old pictures of Flair, how he used to come out with the NWA title, Dusty, Nick Bockwinkel, even Bob Backlund, who held, very prestige. People really don't consider him a champion, but he would come in and he was the champion. Bruno Sammartino, Lou Thez. We need to get back to that because these belts mean nothing anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't think anybody other than Brock Lesnar wears the belt when they come out. When he holds the belt.
Like the Intercontinental title in the 80s and 90s was like the workhorse belt.
Right,
If
absolutely.
Hogan or whoever the champion was at the time, if they weren't on the show,
Right.
the Intercontinental title was the main event.
Well,
Right.
look at how much the Miz put on with that Intercontinental belt. Like the Miz made it prestige.
Yeah.
And then when this whole battle of Sami Zayn and Hardy, I'm the real champion, just shut up.
It's never even defended. Half the time you're like, who's the Intercontinental champion? You actually got to think about it for
That's
a good
right.
Well, look
second
at the United
sometimes.
States belt too. The United States belt. We know that Bobby Lashley holds that belt, but do we really see that been defended much anymore?
He's defended it since he won it.
All right, with that, we're going to step aside for our first break. By the way, Chief puts in there, and this is another great name that had the
Yes.
IC, Pedro
Yep.
Morales.
Isn't he supposed to be at work?
Well, he's listening on the Go
Okay.
Live app.
Okay.
You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. Our thoughts matter, at least to us, if nothing else. We'll be right back. For all your sports collectibles in Las Vegas, stop by Power Play Sports Collectibles in the Boulevard Mall. Power Play has a large selection of items from all your favorite teams, specializing in the Vegas Golden Knights, Las Vegas Raiders, and pro wrestling. Power Play Sports Collectibles has an online store if you prefer the online shopping experience, plus they ship worldwide. So if you're looking for that sports collectible for yourself or that special someone, check out Power Play Sports Collectibles online at www.powerplaysportscards.com or at the Boulevard Mall.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? Is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
Alrighty then. Welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Aaron, Matt, Scott, Jason, we're all in the house talking about the draft night. Number 2 that took place in the WWE. We appreciate the comments in the chat room with your thoughts, but you know what? Give us a call. We'd love to put you on the air and get your thoughts. 702-329-6947. Okay, let's pick up round 5. Jason, if you would, sir.
Raw got Nikki Cross, R-Truth, and Daba Kato. SmackDown has Robert Roode, Ziggler, and Apollo Crews.
Well, Daba had to do something because the Raw Underground is now closed.
So that's the only good thing that came out of Raw.
Exactly. He hasn't really been in a ring, right? Other than that Raw Underground crap. Right?
No.
He hasn't had a match on TV or anything. So that'll be interesting there. Nikki Cross moving over, right? She was on SmackDown, moved over, right? What's your thoughts on Nikki Cross?
Just starts the same thing with Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
They're just moving storylines between shows, it seems like.
Yeah. Now, Elias is an interesting one. He's been out because of injury for a while. It was good to see him back. I'm glad he got drafted. What, in your opinion, if you had the pencil, Scott, what would you do with Elias now that he's apparently back and ready for action at this point to get him going?
I think Caesar's Palace is looking for an opening act for one of the headliners that's coming back.
Sheesh.
I'm just looking at this roster, and I'm like, I'm not excited about anything, to be honest with you. I'm just sitting here like going, is this the best WWE has now? I mean,
I think it would be safe to say, maybe 70%, 80% of these picks mean nothing because they stayed on the same brand,
Most of them, yeah.
right? I mean, obviously the champions, other than the tag titles, no other champion really switched shows.
No.
And they got drafted early on the show that they are already there.
and like you said, everybody starts swapping around,
Yeah.
And,
Give it 3 months. So, all right. Next round. Matt, take round 6, sir.
Raw got Titus O'Neil, Peyton Royce, and Akira Tozawa. SmackDown got Carmella and Aleister Black.
It was kind of interesting, though, that they separated Black from Kevin Owens because that was starting, right?
Yeah, they're
Oh, wait, they're
on
both
they're
on
the same
SmackDown.
show.
See, this is the problem. You don't remember who's on which
Started
show
right
anymore.
off at the beginning of the show on SmackDown last night.
Oh, there you go.
And does anybody care about Carmella's new gimmick?
Nope.
Nope. Been there. Why is Titus O'Neil being drafted? When was the last time we saw him? Well, in the ring. We saw him under a ring.
Well,
when
yeah, he
tripped.
slid.
Right, exactly. When he tripped, trying to get to the ring. But what is he doing nowadays? I mean, obviously, we haven't seen
Charitable
him.
work in Florida and sitting in catering.
Right. There you go. Like, he's the Bobby Bonilla of wrestling. Getting
Will get paid for the rest of his
sitting
life,
around.
yeah.
Right, exactly. Peyton Royce, Alistair Carmella, nothing, no real changes there. So,
Round 7.
yep, I'm just reading the comments. Ryan loved the match, Alistair Black versus Owens this past Monday.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good match.
All right, round 7.
You got Lana, Riddick Moss, and Arturo. How do you pronounce that?
Ruas.
Ruas. Okay.
Hooah!
Yeah. On Raw and SmackDown, you got Natalya and the Riot Squad.
Okay, the one that sticks out here is Lana. She won Monday night, the battle royale,
The typical hide under the ring, in the first part.
and she's going against Asuka. Okay,
I wonder who's gonna win that match.
she's been through enough tables that she can build her own Pier 1 import store at this point. So why would you say, Jason, what do you think? Why are they pushing Lana at this point? What's the value? What's the get here? Can't just be underdog, David and Goliath.
Well, it's probably to put it to make a stab to Rusev. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
To pretty
Hero.
much, just to kind of be like, okay, we still have your wife here, and we're gonna do this with her. Wouldn't be a bit surprised if they do put the belt on her for just a split, like one defense.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
And just go, okay, here we go. Now let's piss you off some more. And
Right.
we got rid of you, but we made your wife the champion.
Well, Zack Ryder had that happen with the Intercontinental belt, right, in the ladder match next night. So she could win it, and then on Monday she'll drop it right back.
But here they split up Lana and Natalya, which I thought was actually a pretty decent tag team.
Hashtag boat.
Oh my goodness!
All right, on that
It's
note,
that chair.
All righty, let us. So that's it for the draft. Again, not earth shattering. I don't think round 1 had anything exciting worth talking about either. So let us move on to the WWE report. Well, I think we've already answered that first question.
Yep.
Did one come out better than the other?
No.
And NXT was
SmackDown
not
got
involved.
hosed.
I'm going to tell you something. I think NXT got the best of it because they didn't get touched. Right? I mean, think about it. Right? There was rumors that NXT was maybe going to be in the draft. Right? We've seen people come up like the Keith Lees where nobody's done anything. What?
I think Impact came out the best. Sorry, Chief.
Nah, yeah, well, so to me, I think NXT kind of won the
Yeah,
draft because nobody got picked.
Absolutely.
They get to stay strong. So, all right, which goes into our next topic. Finn Balor, successful jaw surgery.
I never liked him on the mic anyway, so.
He's got to vacate the title, doesn't he? I mean, the surgery on a jaw has got to be a recovery with more than 30 days. I can't imagine it being under 30 for him to
if they
defend the title.
don't strip the title from him, then that's bull.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the point. But anything out there that you guys have seen about the title?
No, I haven't heard him stripping of it anything, but maybe his injury wasn't as bad as Cross's because at first they said it was like 6 weeks, but maybe they expected him out longer, so that's why he had to give up the belt, and Finn Balor can waste time somehow doing something backstage or something.
guess.
I don't know.
Well, I think we're all looking at this in a different aspect. Obviously, Karrion came in, destroyed the talent, huge push. Finn Balor is going to stay in NXT no matter what.
Right.
But I think Royal Rumble's near, and I don't think our good friend is going to spend much time at NXT.
I agree. He shouldn't.
So why not just push him back behind the curtain, and then drop him in?
Surprise.
Yeah,
Surprise, surprise, surprise.
and have him win the belt and go up against Drew McIntyre, who they've
Can you
already.
imagine he just debuts at Rumble and wins it?
And don't forget, there's been debuts at
Oh,
Rumble
absolutely.
and won. And the other thing is, him and McIntyre for a little while had a little to go on Twitter and Instagram and things like that.
Yeah.
So that would be huge.
Chief brought something up. Ryan. Well, the WWE Women's Division will win once a certain undeniable woman gets signed.
True.
And then Chief says, a thought, could WWE come up with just a women's show, putting all the women on one show?
Not enough women on the roster.
Combined?
There is. They did
There's
a pay-per-view.
plenty.
They did a
Yeah, they did
pay-per-view.
the all-women pay-per-view last year. or 2
I
years
just
ago.
think don't go down that highway just yet.
Shouldn't be a 3-hour show, that's for damn sure.
Exactly. I just think mixing
Jim
them
Cornette
in.
would have a field day.
Exactly. That's what I was leaning towards.
Oh, dear Lord.
Put him in his grave early.
If you've heard his podcast, holy hell.
No, I think it's just keep the show and just do better script writing, and moving them in and just working it better.
Interesting thought, though. All right, next one.
Monday Night Raw. Ricochet, Eddie Guerrero moment. Lana wins #1 contender battle royal. What the WTTF? Fiend and Alexa appear and take out Andrade and Selena Vega. Ricochet's tribute to Eddie was awesome.
Yeah.
That popped me for sure.
Yeah.
There's a little dramatic fall at the end.
We haven't seen that since Eddie, and it was great to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun to see.
I
that.
like watching the new talent give tribute to the older generation, and because then they know where they came from, and the paving and the groundwork was laid, and paying respectful tribute's great.
Yeah, and it's funny because I did a discussion with somebody last night. I was ring announcing for Future Stars of Wrestling last night. And after the show, or before the show, I was talking with, I think, one of the refs about that. And we've talked about it on our shows about let's not forget the history of the sport. People forget about, the Jackie Robinsons and from the yesteryear and how games were played. We've got to keep the history alive with those who paved the way for the sports and today.
Going through some of my closets and storage units, I found probably 6 boxes given to me by the Bockwinkel family after Nick's passing.
Oh, you
Darlene.
mentioned that, yeah.
And huge wrestling programs, which some are going to be auctioned off on the auction later today and some later on in the week. But I took pictures and I sat there. The interesting part was my wife sitting there helping me sort through these, and she starts reading them. And, it's from the 70s in the Texas area and stuff like that with Dusty Rhodes, where her family is a big Dusty Rhodes fan. But the interesting part is seeing Joe Blanchard in a bunch of these.
Wow.
So I could show you the text messages because Tessa and I.
Sure.
So I sent pictures of these programs to Tessa and Tully. Tully was like, okay, 'cause Tully is not much of a collector. Tessa was like, awesome. That's
Right.
just wonderful. Thank you so much. Because that's her grandfather.
Sure,
And
sure.
so the generation, everybody asks what the 3G means. It's third generation. And so I actually packaged up a bunch and sent them to her.
Very cool.
And so she'll be getting them probably today or tomorrow, depending on how the mail
Right.
works. But, just seeing the history and looking through and going, wow, Andre, and,
Right.
it's just amazing. So
Look, even our producer, Aaron E., posted a picture of Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant face-to-face in
Yeah.
WrestleMania. And it said simply, if you know what this is about, you had a great childhood growing up. So, something
Yeah,
like that.
exactly.
We see those. So, it's out there. The history, we cannot forget the history.
True.
Fiend and Alexa take out Andrade and Zelina Vega. Was this a one-off with Zelina back with Andrade?
I think she was just doing commentary because the
Oh.
two of them, was it Angel Garza and Andrade, were wrestling each
Right,
other.
Right.
And she was just saying how much she hated Angel Garza. So she might have had sympathy for former
Gotcha.
partner. And like right before the lights went out, I was like, this would be the perfect time to debut the Fiend. And Alexa come out, and then the lights hit. And I was like, I called it.
There you go. There you go. All right, Jason, take the next one, please.
Next, NXT Undisputed Era. Strong and Fish become #1 contenders for the tag titles. Candice LeRae becomes #1 contender again. Toni Storm debuts. Priest retained against Loomis after was attacked by Gargano, and Regal said both him and Candice would get title shots at Halloween Havoc, but host Blackheart came out and said stipulations would be determined by spin the wheel and let's make a deal.
I always hated that when
That's it.
WCW did it.
I was going to say, Eric Bischoff, dust off the wheels
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
They used to do that when Raw Roulette, like every time
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Raw was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I just hated it.
there's gimmicks, and
Yeah.
then there's gimmicks.
They could do so much with Halloween Havoc. They don't need to do this.
How are we gonna do? Let's make a deal.
Yeah.
I'll take curtain number 3.
Right, exactly.
And I'm going to give up this pumpkin and, this skeleton head.
For the ability to
Like,
walk
I'll
out
get a
here
title
alive.
shot. I'll take curtain number 2, and the curtain opens, and Karrion Kross is there. But like, never mind, I quit.
And I quit. It became an I quit match all of a sudden.
Or it opens up and it's Brock. He won't show up.
That's
You know?
You got zoinked. That's Jeopardy.
Yes.
Wrong one.
But that's all right. You get A for effort.
Yeah.
No, he gets a B.
702-329-6947. Anything else in the Undisputed Era in the NXT that you guys want to touch on?
Anything happen with Adam Cole? I missed that show.
Now that Holland is hurt, that was like his next program.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm pretty sure they're trying to figure out what to do with him. Him or O'Reilly weren't on the show.
I hear Munchkin has something to wrestle.
Oh, hell no. Maybe they'll wait for him for the... That's what you get. Instant karma.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, Matt, I thought you would touch more on Toni Storm because you know a lot about her.
I'm glad to see her on like NXT. Like, a couple people know about her on the NXT UK. It's not widely as popular, but she's a good addition. Her opening match was supposed to be like a squash, and it really wasn't. So her debut match wasn't too impressive. Hopefully,
Well, her match with Rhea Ripley, that was one heck of a match for the UK title.
yeah. But when she kept like her little promo things, like she was better and bigger than ever, and kind of flopped her opening match. So hopefully they can like retape something.
Chief
or
asked
do
in
something.
the Chief asked in the chat room, is Shotzi not ready for a push yet?
I don't think so.
No.
What needs to happen for her, do you think, to get that push?
Not come out on a tank.
Yeah, I was going to say.
More people take her seriously.
Yeah, where you come out on something that she got as a reject from Toys R Us. I mean, seriously, the gimmick just doesn't,
Doesn't fly.
no, it's too comical.
Now, was there? I don't see Amber Moon's name on this list.
She's going to get the push.
Yeah.
Coming in the motorcycle gimmick and things
Right.
like that, badass. Yeah, I think she gets the push.
She came out with like a promo, like pretty much putting the roster on notice. Pretty sure she'll be the next champion if Candice LeRae doesn't get it at the Halloween Havoc special.
By the way, we have something to carry over from Power Play Sports
Yeah, no one's called in.
collectible show. We haven't even talked about it. What was the question? Steve
Young, his first professional team.
702-329-6947. First caller will get a what?
$25 gift certificate to Power Play Sports Collectibles at the Boulevard Mall.
Right, at that mall.
The Boulevard.
I'm crashing right now.
Crash and burn.
That's-
You got 3 hours to take a nap on the casting
No, I don't.
couch.
I have 10:15. Believe it or not, 10:15. I'm going to start taking a workshop on improv. I'm starting an improv workshop
Nice.
for 45 minutes.
Are you teaching it or
I'm in the workshop, but I've been asked to also lend a little hand to production.
sit in that chair? It works.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
That's why I'm like blah today.
I know. Give him some juju out of the chair, will you please? All right, why don't we step aside for our final break of the show? Then we'll come back. We'll finish up the WWE report. Indies, and then some pop culture. And, of course, 702-329-6947. First caller. Don't call during the commercial break. We can't talk to you. When we come back on, please dial and win that $25 gift certificate. We'll be right back.
What's up, guys? This is Jeff Cobb. Be sure to listen to my favorite wrestling show, Thoughts Count Anywhere, Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. on Go Live Vegas.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas, and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
This is John Cena. I just wanted to send you a congratulations on your podcast. Thoughts count anywhere. Because indeed they do. Thoughts are important. I mean, what would we do without them? And how can they not count anywhere? I just wonder, is there a place that thoughts don't count? I can't think of one. Well, I just wanted to say thank you very much, congratulations, and good luck on the podcast. Thoughts count anywhere, because they do.
All right, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Hey, at least so far, I remembered the name of the show. That's a good sign. Now screw it up the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Scott, Matt, Jason, and myself, we are here. I have to think. I'm pausing here. Question is up on the screen. What was Steve Young's first team? Give us a call, 702-329-6947, and you'll get a $25 gift certificate
It's a
from.
follow-up of the
Yep.
Power Play Sports Collectibles show. So.
Absolutely. And you get it down there at the store. Power Play Sports Collectibles. $25 gift certificate. Call now, 702-329-6947. First call to get the answer right. Okay, let us continue. Ring the bell to wake me up, please. Thank you very much.
Matt, take this one.
Yeah, please.
During SmackDown last night, Roman Reigns beat Braun Strowman and actually made him tap out. It was the first time I think Roman's made
Yes.
anybody ever tap out.
And the first time Braun's tapped out.
Yeah, it was a really good match, honestly.
Follow the lights. Thank you for calling, Chief. How are you?
All right, how you doing?
Good. Are you calling to answer our trivia question?
I would say it's the Los Angeles Express of the USFL.
Chief,
Ding, ding, ding,
you
ding.
have a winner twice today.
Now, in saying that, I'd like to donate it to a young person that comes into the store, please.
Anybody in particular?
No, sir.
So the first young person, you want to put an age limit on that? Or a young person could be 10, young person could be 70, depending upon how people feel.
Chief, that's
Well, I'm not-
wonderful. I know what you're saying. Just a kid that comes in being a sports fan, I will take care of that for
There
you
you
today.
go.
Yep.
Thank you, sir. I greatly appreciate it. And Aaron, we're in the same age, 70 age limit.
No.
So, I understand what you're saying. No problem.
Yeah, well, you know.
And by the way,
Yes.
gentlemen, I will be 68 next month.
Right on.
God bless you, sir.
Absolutely.
And
We're gonna
God
have
bless
to-
your time in the
We're
military.
going to have to celebrate.
Yeah. Maybe a movie.
We'll do something. We'll do something.
We got to
I
get you
love
in studio,
guys.
man. We need you in
I love
studio.
you guys. I'm in Mobile, so I am heading to work right now.
Oh, now he's heading to
Now
work.
he's heading to work. He
But-
called in late.
But I'm driving hands free. Okay.
I was going to say, are you in a Tesla?
Hey guys, great
Thanks, Chief.
show. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank
Thanks,
you, brother.
Chief.
Take it easy, Chief.
Listen, pay it forward. You know what? I've
He's a
really,
good man.
Yeah, since the time we started the show, a year and 3-4 months at your store, Chief, you just know, is a good guy. He's good. He's what I like to call good people.
Yes.
You know,
Absolutely.
Cares about others, and listen. That was a great thing for a young person to come in.
We'll take care
nice
of that.
job. All right, let's get back to the topic. So we were talking about Braun Strowman. So yeah, Roman Reigns got a first win tapping somebody out. Braun Strowman got his first loss tapping out. What's the significance of that for Braun Strowman to get tapped out? Is there significance to it, or closure on that show before he starts over on Raw and Keith Lee?
Kind of just made Roman look like a monster heel and made... I don't know if it really made Braun look weak, but it kind of put a little down on him, like going too Raw.
Right.
Like, it'll always be that stigma on him, like knowing he tapped out, and like
Right.
knowing somebody on Raw can possibly do the same thing. Not like when Cena was like in a billion situations and never tapped out once.
That's right.
Minus Kurt Angle before he started doing all this. And Chris Benoit, actually.
Yeah, there you go.
Or Karrion Kross never being pinned at FSW.
Really?
No, he's never pinned.
No. There you go.
Or at that time, Killer Cross.
Killer Cross.
He was put through a table with Chris Bay to lose the belt. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so it was a tables
I
match?
remember
Wow. Saw Chris Bay last night. He was at FSW. Just hanging out.
I'll still never forget that cage match with him and Matt Hardy, and he was like,
Couldn't
with
move.
his like incredibly torn quad or
Grind.
groin.
yeah.
Crazy. All right. So it actually hurt Braun more, I think, than it helped.
Oh,
Roman.
absolutely.
So,
Oh yeah.
all right. So New Day farewell match. Thoughts, Jason?
They did the exclusive interview backstage with Big E and Xavier and Kofi, and Xavier is actually in tears.
Yep.
He said that he finally, his whole career, like really couldn't pinpoint where he was going to go, didn't know for sure. And kind of, if it wasn't for Kofi and Big E, we really don't know what would have happened to Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Sure.
And same thing with Big E. Big E's like, I came through, and he goes, there's times where I figured my job was over. And he goes, so Kofi said, let's do this. And Big E and Xavier joined on board. And it really did take off. It made their careers pretty much entertaining.
I just wish Big E would have did the Rollins heel
Yeah,
turn.
yeah.
Oh, chaired both of them?
Yeah.
It would have been kind of cool to see that.
Hell, they relive everything else. Why not do something that was successful?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But as we talked about, though, you got the monster heel in Roman on SmackDown, and he's got to have some baby faces. That's not to say it doesn't happen down the line at some point. Rollins to possibly feud with Daniel Bryan after Bryan made his long-awaited return on the season opener of SmackDown last night.
I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
They had such good matches in Ring of Honor that if they let those two go, they can put on some entertaining stuff, and they both can go on the mic. So
Yeah.
that's one of the good things I'm looking forward to on SmackDown.
I think it's a good thing that Daniel Bryan is back. Bayley refused to sign her Hell in the Cell contract with Sasha Banks.
No shocker.
No shocker. Just, plays into that, heel character, being chased at this point.
Anybody here at the panel impressed with what Bayley's been doing as a heel since she turned? I mean, does it change her stock from when she was the hugger to, what is she, the role model now?
Well, if she's a role model, she needs to push away from that dinner table.
No kidding.
She's a way better heel than she was a face, I think. She was a good face, but she's got like a better heel thing
Her
going.
work is a heel, though. The work on the mic and the character, yes, but her work in the ring is still more of a face.
Yep.
She needs to spin the
What would she need to do in the ring to match the veracity on the microphone
I
as a heel?
only a few of our listeners would understand, but there's a way just to let the opponent out of the corner and things like that.
Right.
She's not crisp and clean in the heel. How to spin the match as a heel versus
Gotcha.
being a face.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we
And for that, to understand that, there are a couple schools here in town, FSW and Versus Wrestling, that do seminars. So
Right.
I recommend if there's a seminar, go join them, and you'll understand more of what I'm saying.
Absolutely. What kind of match do you think we'll see from them in Hell in a Cell? I mean, they've had great matches together in the past.
If it's anything like TakeOver, that's going to be the match of the night.
Yeah.
Okay.
I truly agree.
Right on. All right, next topic. I don't know why. Goldberg was spotted on one of the cameras or one of the TVs in the virtual Thunderdome, and now apparently he still has 4 matches on his contract that he's obligated to, and he's teasing a return.
Why?
Dear God, no.
Why?
Raw Underground
I was just
could
gonna
still
say,
be,
well-
you could go in there for 4 matches and, no one will care. But that'll.
Well, but Raw Underground now has been
Canned.
dug up.
Yeah, but, don't want to watch anyway, so just do it in the back room. And
There you go.
There you go. See ya. Yeah, no. I was never impressed with Goldberg, even when he was in WCW.
Well, he just had the jackhammer.
That's
a couple
all
of
he
spears.
and, just because he was an Atlanta Falcon, obviously, the
Right.
Atlanta connection.
Right.
But I just never liked his work. And ask Bret Hart how he feels about Goldberg. You'll hear the story if he can remember it.
Good God.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, next topic. Raw Underground is done, as we talked about. Now, the PWI Women's Top 100 list came out. Bayley, number 1. Top of that list, followed by Tessa at number 7.
Tessa should have been number 1.
Well, as we all kind of talked, she spent a lot of time
Right.
since March being,
Yeah,
COVID bound.
she hasn't
and,
played.
yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't played. She hasn't wrestled.
Wrestled. She had her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing is, obviously she spent a lot of time when she was wrestling last year wrestling men.
Right.
So they really don't count those. So,
Right.
that was great marketing by Impact.
Yeah, exactly. Next topic. WWE Network. Brothers of Destruction to premiere.
I forgot to write the Austin Film Festival. That I don't know if it's going to be open to the public or not, but it's like the first WWE Network thing to open it like a movie,
Like a movie debut.
like a movie festival,
Like a
kind of
con
thing.
the con festival that they used to
Yeah.
do in New York. But now then they're going to put it on the network sometime in November.
I think it'd be
right
cool.
after the 25th, I think.
If he's
So-
reelected.
That's right. If he's not, he's got a lot more time to come back.
Exactly.
So maybe a Brothers of Destruction match.
Yeah.
Who knows? All right, next topic. Well, we talked about this earlier, but Raw, New Day, and Street Profits just simply switched the belts in a very ho-hum. Here you go. Thanks for coming by. Have a good day.
Next.
Yeah.
I really thought new tag belts were coming out of that.
Maybe they will. I mean,
So let me ask you this question: the way that they handled this, does it now? What kind of light does that shine on the tag belts? If they just do so, say, here you go,
Taints another a title.
Right.
It just,
no prestige.
I used to years ago look at, if you do a Google search, there's a site, and I think it's PWI, that had, the champions. And you kind of looked and, okay, this is how, this is a champion, this transitioned here, and we beat this person here, and and we switched belts here.
Right.
It's like switching pants.
Well, Aaron, it's like you said, it's that asterisk now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly.
The Street Profits now have an asterisk where they will be known as a Triple Crown champion.
Street Profits have an asterisk.
Asterisk. Yep. So they've now held all 3 tag teams, but you have that asterisk. You didn't actually win the SmackDown.
Like you were handed one of them.
You were handed one of them.
They still won't be the grand champions like the Road Warriors.
No.
All right, let's move on to our next AEW Impact Report. Dynamite celebrates 1 year on the air.
Did they open up with the BTS doing their theme song? Number 1 song in the nation. Yeah, exactly. That's
Next
about
topic.
it.
Yeah, no. I'm reading a message that's coming through the chat room. So go ahead, just go to the next
we'll
one.
wait for you.
No, go ahead.
No, we'll wait.
No, go.
Bound for Glory, Rich Swann versus Eric Young for the title in the main event. Jordan Grace in the X Division title match. Heath Slater wins the Battle Royal to get a contract. He has the kids to
They're just
feed,
like
I guess.
rehashing old storylines left and right.
I mean, Jordan Grace in the X Division, that's just Tessa. With
They had a
lesser
woman
belt.
do it already, and
Yeah.
the first one did it better.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nobody better than her.
And, Bound for Glory, Rich Swann versus Eric Young. I remember Bound for Glory used to be like, Sting versus Kurt Angle. And, it just.
It's funny, though. If you ever go to their YouTube page, all they do is re-air matches from that era.
Because they got nothing that no one else wants to watch. When it comes up with 3 views, who wants to watch
Well,
it?
look at what Impact's doing also, too. They're replaying AJ and Samoa Joe, AJ and Jeff Hardy.
So I was saying, during that era is
Yeah.
when they're that's their whole YouTube page,
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much.
Exactly.
Next.
So ring the bell, Jason. Because
All right.
he's ordering his
Pop
YouTube.
culture.
I'm ordering pregnancy tests.
Lakers win the NBA championship. Dun, dun, dun.
Whoa. Time out.
It's supposed to be it was supposed to be an underground comment to the faux pas that I did at the end of the show or after the show. What? Nobody heard it.
I know.
Okay.
Nobody
Back to
listens
pop
you.
culture.
Yes. Lakers.
Lakers win the NBA championship. Now they are 17-time champion.
Tied with the Boston Celtics.
Yes, indeedy.
Is that like Ric Flair and John Cena being tied?
Pretty much about the same.
Pretty much about the same, but the Lakers, if they can keep AD, everybody, everybody gives a lot of credit. I saw a lot of posts. Hey, LeBron did it by himself.
No, he did
Anthony
not.
Davis
Davis?
did 3/4 of the work.
Anthony Davis is a hell of a player, and
Absolutely.
it was a huge score. I'm sorry. And they're like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. They're like, Michael had Pippen. And
Right.
Okay, LeBron had Anthony Davis.
Right.
Oh, and he also had Dwayne Wade.
Right. Also had Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, exactly.
He never won a championship by himself.
No.
He always had to have a.
Does anybody though? Can anybody win a
In
championship
basketball,
without?
I don't think so.
No, I mean, how
you
can
always
I
have,
definitely
Batman has Robin. I'll give you that one.
yeah.
And Michael
Thanks.
had Pippen. Magic. He had Kareem, or vice versa. And that, not only that, he also had Worthy. You
Right.
know, all Hall of Famers there. Kobe had Shaq. I mean,
I remember when LeBron first got signed to the NBA when he first went to the Cavs and they were 10-72 and he took them to the playoffs his first year.
Yeah.
He almost can do it by himself, but not quite.
No, now we're going to continue to hear the talk about who's the greatest basketball player of all
Michael
time.
Jordan.
Even heat up. So
It's still Jordan. It goes Jordan and Kobe. It really does.
Jordan, because he never had to go to 3 teams to win all these championships,
No,
and he
he
never
stayed with the
lost
same
in the
one.
finals either.
and if it wasn't for him being suspended and have to play baseball for 2 years, he,
He
would
would
have
have
had
won
2
8.
more.
Yeah.
probably. All right. Let's go to pop culture. We have about 5 minutes left.
That's where we are.
Yes.
Well, we're in the middle
I
of
knew
pop
that.
culture, so
I know that.
Pay attention there, sir.
I am.
You're not.
I was just testing to see that you were there.
Wow. Good cover.
Live
Twin-
entertainment returning to the strip.
No, or here, Twin Brothers is going to be really exciting for you later on. I might actually
I'm
have to
tuning
watch.
in for sure.
Neil, God bless you.
Funny thing is I was texting with the guest
Oh.
that's on that show.
Oh, nice.
And then fair warning, I'll be sleeping during
No,
the show.
I got a question, about whether we're visual, and obviously he needs, wanted to know to be prepared.
Is that
it's
Fielding
visual.
West?
Yes.
Wonderful, because I belong to the International Brotherhood of
do you know him?
Magicians. Don't know him personally,
Oh, okay.
but I've watched his work, and great magician.
So he was, and we explained everything to him yesterday, but that's okay. Is he related to Adam West?
No.
Be sponsored by
hoping.
NyQuil.
Yeah, exactly. Live entertainment returning to the strip.
I already
What's
said
other
that.
than I'm trying to fill in for you. What's really returning? I mean, that of any consequence. I know.
Absinthe
Yeah.
at the Caesar's
Palace.
Palace is opening at the end of the month, and there was the ex-Cowboy show at Harrah's. And there was one more. I wrote the story. It's on twinbrothers.vegas, where you can read it there.
Are they,
But I cannot remember what the third one
are they,
is.
are they
honestly.
trying to have the circus shows come back too? Like they're
Cirque's done.
Cirque's done?
Yeah.
Cirque filed for bankruptcy.
Yeah, they filed bankruptcy.
Wow. That was one of Vegas's biggest
Yep.
things.
Pro Bowl canceled this year, but a re-imaged Pro Bowl will be in Vegas in 2021. What's re-imaged about it?
I think they might do like the NBA, where you have like two team captains and they do like a fantasy draft, maybe.
Bottom
Kinda
line
how,
is,
like, the
Who
All-Star
shows up for the Pro Bowl?
bottom
True.
line is this is part making up for losing the draft this past year because of COVID.
Yeah, and that I think the Pro Bowl is going to stay here. I mean, Hawaii's never really a draw anymore after the first few years because the players don't go out there. And
Right.
It's too expensive for the average person. What are we doing? Oh, there you go.
The Pro Bowl will be known as the hangover game if they have to hang out in
Exactly.
Vegas
Right,
a couple
exactly.
days before.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah, and then possibly 2024. They're talking maybe, possibly, could be a Super Bowl here.
And my opinion that we talked
WrestleMania,
about. Yeah.
spring WrestleMania.
Exactly.
That's right.
Please.
So why don't we finish it up? And I'm
Yes.
going to do a little customer
Yes,
service thing
let's
here
do
for
it.
Wrestle Connects.
Do
Wrestle
it.
Connects, organization I'm highly involved with on the board of directors. I am the treasurer of Wrestle Connects. Gloria Lovell is the president. We have Howard Brody as our vice president, who's been a guest here on the show, and David Buckler is our secretary. We have some great. What?
No,
He's waving again.
no, he's just letting me know how much time we have left.
He just likes you. Hi.
Right now, I wish I was.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, just because I want actually, I feel like I'm on the downside right now. Where's White Castle? There's the nearest White. That was the tradition.
Right across from Indianapolis.
Yeah, exactly.
Matt can tell you where.
If you want
Well, I
the
know where it
runs
is.
before your other show, go there.
No.
But Wrestle Connects, what is Wrestle Connects? First of all, it is a great organization that I'm involved with. I spent almost 20 years on CAC. This is something CAC could never bring to the table. Yeah. So this is giving the ability for workers in the business, indie wrestlers, ring announcers such as yourself.
I guess technically I'm eligible.
You are eligible. Promoters, people involved, so you have to register. People involved in pro wrestling to allow them to get health insurance, which has been a stickler for
Right.
years. Thunderbolt Patterson tried to unionize the wrestling years ago, was unsuccessful. Because of obviously people like a Vince McMahon or the larger corporations.
Right.
But there are a lot of indie wrestlers. Also, believe it or not, a lot of the mainline talent does not have insurance. If they get hurt during the match, they're covered. Vince
Sure.
will cover them. But if they're at home and they get sick or have an accident, fall
Right.
off a ladder or something like that, not trying to practice to get a belt, they can be covered and their family.
Right.
For health insurance by joining our organization. Not only that, we're allowing EPKs, which is executive press kit, for a lot of these indie wrestlers to develop their own press kit, which means headshot, body shot, a short video, not just your highlight film, but your
Right.
actual full match to show how you enter the ring.
Right.
We are also going to do monthly seminars. We also have the ability to give them discounts on hotels like Grubhub, all those little delivery services, hotel, rental car, things of that nature. So for $49.99, less than $50 a year, you can join our organization. Now, the health insurance does cost money, but it gives you the ability to do that. But all you have to do is really purchase something while you're on the road. The hotel discount will pay for it. It's sort of like that coupon book. It pays
Buy
for the
one
whole
thing,
year.
it pays for
Yeah.
itself.
And then the seminars will be free. It's part of your membership package.
And
So-
those are available on the website?
Yes,
They'll be up there?
They'll be up there. It's a closed website, so you do have to join the subscription. $49.95. I feel like the $99.99, WWE
Right,
commercial.
right.
But Wrestle Connects, and we have some great ambassadors. Last night we signed up Dave Marquez, NWA, Hollywood Championship Wrestling. I've known Dave
That's
for many
why that
years.
Facebook post was on there.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay. We won't announce that. He gets offended.
I'll take care of that
I
on the
know.
way out.
But we
have
also
about we have about 2 minutes.
we got great ambassadors. We got
Yes.
Dave Marquez. D'Lo Brown is joining up with us. JJ Dillon, Sergeant Slaughter, Cheerleader Melissa. Wow. It is growing by leaps and bounds, and you look shocked because you have to do all the writing for the website. So once again, Wrestle Connects, Wrestle Connects, WRESTLECONNEX.com. You can find us on Facebook. We have a fan page that gives just general information. We do have the closed group page, which you'll have to sign up once you get your membership. But you can go there. You can go to the Instagram. You can go to the website. Matt is doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Gloria. Dennis also, the husband of Gloria, does a lot of our media stuff. David, Howard, myself. I'm thrilled because I can give something back to the wrestling community. So
Absolutely.
that's it.
Absolutely. Good job. I'm delighted that's available for those in the industry. And preconditions doesn't matter.
No.
That's important.
Yes.
That's very important. Okay, that wraps it up for us. We want to thank everybody for following, watching. By the way, just as a reminder, here in Clark County, I'm sure everywhere in the country there might be early voting stuff going on for
In person.
coming up in person. So just as a reminder for those of you here in our local area, early voting starts today and continues until October 30th. There are 35 different sites on hand that you can go vote in person.
You can come down to Power Play Sports Collectibles, and at the Boulevard Mall, they have an early voting location.
There you go. Kill two
Notice
birds
he
with one
just turned the
stone.
lights red.
All right.
Yeah.
Jason, final thoughts.
Future.
Be safe. Come to Power Play Sports for all your new Laker gear.
There you go. Matt, final thoughts.
Everybody have a good week.
Scott, final thought.
Ditto.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week. As always, be kind to each other. Wise out. We're all we got. We'll see you next week. Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be back next Saturday. Thanks for watching.